Hello, in this edition of Insight, we're delighted to welcome to the programme His Excellency Ibrahim Al-Omar, the Director General of Saudi Arabian Airlines Corporation. Now, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has fantastic plans to develop the country's travel and tourism industry, including a target to welcome 100 million visitors to the country by 2030. And of course, all of this during a period when sustainability and aviation's impact on the environment is under constant scrutiny. We'll talk about all these topics and more. So, welcome to the programme, Your Excellency. At the recent IATA AGM, the industry committed to a target of net zero carbon emissions by 2050. Now, you're a board member of IATA. What was your take on this initiative?
Actually, no, it is very, very important. I think a lot of discussion we had about the COVID-19, the industry recovery. IATA has a major role to play to bring the industry back on track as soon as possible. Also, the goal and the targets of the aviation industry to have a net zero emission. Okay, it is something very important, and Saudi Arabia is taking this very seriously, and we're supporting that initiative. Saudi is committed to carbon reduction and offsetting scheme in line with IATA's industry recommendations. We operate in one of the youngest aircraft fleet in the world, which contributes to the sustainability through reduced environmental impact, with the deployment of a new aircraft on the skies, which means less consumptions and fuel burn. And by the way, we recently appointed a VP, and it's a new position within Saudi Group, a VP Environmental and Sustainability. And they do have already about 50 sustainability initiatives targeted for 2022.
So on the question of the industry hitting its sustainability goals, how optimistic are you we're heading in the right direction?
I think, by the way, nobody knows how we will achieve that target. But it's a target that we are all aligned. It's not just, by the way, the airline. This is the manufacturer, the airline, the government. Everybody needs to contribute to that target, and everyone needs to invest from their side, because airline companies cannot take the load on their shoulder 100%.
And are the OEMs doing their part in your view?
Yes, big time. I think both, even when you look at the Rolls-Royce and when you talk to GE, when it comes to the engine, okay, you will see that they do have, they're investing a lot on that. And if you see their R&D budget, I think it tells you where the money is going when it comes to the R&D. You will see it's into that area. And there is a strong focus, by the way, on the environment side.
Now, sir, you joined Saudi Arabian Airlines as its chief executive in October 2020. Hardly the best time to move into the airline industry, perhaps.
I agree with you. I'm not sure that's the best time to join the aviation industry, but as you know, in every crisis, there is opportunity. And this is how we look at this. And I think after the COVID-19 is a good opportunity for also airlines companies to rebuild their market share again. The aviation is a connector of industries, people, logistics, and supply chain. Virtually everything we do, we touch, consume, or exchange, or purchase, and interact with in some way is enabled by aviation. For Saudi Arabia in particular, there is a long-term view on investment and a long-term outlook for natural resources, production, and technologies, as well as the consumables. We have a new industries emerging in importance in Saudi Arabia, and the entrepreneurs are on the rise. I think the numbers talks. You can see the numbers about the entrepreneurs. We were like number one on the region. The current business environment also is, thriving. In terms of ease of doing business, a lot of improvements there. Also, Saudi Arabia as a country, we were the most improved country in ease of doing business. And also the ranking of Saudi is improving year by year.
What are the opportunities for Saudi Arabia as the pandemic rebound begins?
I could summarize it maybe in a few points. The first one, when we talk about market share and being a real hub, having Jeddah as a real hub, I think that's a golden opportunity for Saudi, especially with the new infrastructure, the new airport, the new regulation. We did not capture a fair market share before. With this COVID-19 and redeploying we have seen some carriers reducing their capacity on the market. I think that's an opportunity for us to go, especially we have a very strong domestic market that gives us a competitive advantage compared to some of our competitors. When it comes to the maintenance, I think we are expecting a high demand for maintenance. We are building the largest MRO village in the Middle East region. We have planned to localize a lot of surfaces in Saudi. We are, there are things that maybe I cannot announce now, but you will hear a big announcements very soon with some of the manufacturers that we will be an authorized service provider for them, for the whole Middle East. Okay, and that's really something big for us. So we're not just targeting the Saudi market; we are after the whole region market.
How are you seeing traffic recover in Saudi Arabia?
We have a very strong domestic traffic in Saudi Arabia, and has accelerated the need to be present in more markets, and also to optimize the network, increase frequencies, and deploy aircraft charters, because the plan is to charter aircraft for the Hajj and Umrah segments, because it's a seasonal traffic. Yeah, to be honest, still the international is not back yet. Especially it's not about Saudi Arabia. Also, every country has its own regulation, which makes it very difficult for us to fly. And we need to be up to date with this regulation, which is changing every single day. Our expectation that in 2022 the market will be back compared to pre-COVID-19 about 88%. We think by 23 it's a 90 plus. By 24 we expect that the market will be fully recovered.
The rise of your low-cost subsidiary FlyADeal has been important for the group. How is that going?
I think FlyADeal is a game-changing initiative that has become the first successful Saudi low-cost airline. It is also currently the fastest-growing airline on the Middle East.
Right.
Yes, and the airline accomplished a unique feat by launching exclusively on digital and social channels. So 99% of our business is digital via FlyADeal, and became the second largest airline on the highest traffic route in our region, in MENA region, which is mainly Riyadh and Jeddah. In July, by the way, of this year, FlyADeal began international operations between Riyadh and Dubai, and has carried more than 11 million passengers overall in less than four years of operations. And also we will go more international with FlyADeal. I think you will hear some announcement this year, okay, in addition to Dubai. So FlyADeal also, you will see a big expansion coming, okay. I think we will triple our fleets on the coming 3 years.
Earlier this year, Crown Prince His Highness Mohammed bin Salman announced the creation of a new Saudi flag carrier. Details are scarce, but I wanted to ask you for your reaction to this news.
The market is big with the numbers we are talking about, the 100 million tourists. It's really big numbers, and also a very ambitious target. But still, to be honest, I mean, not much I can tell about the new airline, because we are more focused on Saudi Airline. I think, to be honest, this will complement, actually, I think, not competing. But anyhow, let's see how it will go. Yeah, exactly, because it's the owner will, ultimately will be one. So let's see anyhow what's going to happen. It's still not much information about this new airline. Whenever we have more information, maybe we can discuss it in more details. And I think it's good for everyone. And Saudi will not do it. Saudi Arabia will not do it if it doesn't make sense for both, for Saudi Airline and for the new airline, definitely.
Right. Now, it's been an incredibly tough, loss-making time for all airlines. How has Saudi Arabian Airlines managed to cope?
That's what I'm trying to say. It's the domestic traffic helps Saudi Airline to navigate through this tough time. And we're managing our cash flow. We have taken a lot of initiatives to manage that crisis.
Right.
And to maintain a very good cash flow. No, it's as I told you. To be honest, I mean it's a tough time for all airlines companies. We managed, through many initiatives. Through many initiatives, we managed to go through this crisis. We learned a lot, and we'll keep learning.
Let's discuss your fleet and financing outlook. Where is the carrier today?
Okay, we are on a strong momentum when it comes to Saudi's fleet, operating one of the world's, as I told you, youngest fleet. We deploy a mix of wide body and narrow body aircrafts from both Boeing and Airbus. The fleet has been an area of focus, and it's part of our transformation. We will have a new 38 aircrafts will be delivered from today till 2026. Just last March, as you mentioned, we raised about 11.2 billion with 6 local banks. This was, for the partial financing of the 43 aircrafts, which will cover us up to 2024. And as you mentioned, also the financing deal was the largest of its kind to be sourced entirely from within Saudi Arabia, supporting the national flag carrier and its aviation recovery. And it was a big deal, and that's also to show the trust from the banks on Saudi Airline during this COVID-19 to be able to raise that amount of money.
After working in several other industries, what are your thoughts about this one?
And I can tell you, this is one of the most regulated industry. I think the aviation industry is still behind when I compare it, for example, to the ICT industry when it comes to digitalization, AI, the big data. I think they are way behind. I think there are a big room of improvement for the aviation industry. Going forward, I think you will see a lot of investments on that in order to be more efficient, more smarter in our operation. We move from preventive to a predictive maintenance operation.
Well, thank you, sir, for your time. It's been wonderful to meet you and feature Saudi Arabian Airlines for the first time on TATV.
What is it? It's the start of a new concept. Potential being explored and limits pushed. It's a new angle to the same problem until you make it work.